I remember how the evening sun would settle on your face, turning even broken moments into something I could chase. You were standing by the window with a quiet kind of grace, and I knew that if I lost you, there'd be nothing left to replace. We were young and filled with fire, burning bright and moving fast, never knowing how the future steals the beauty of the past. You whispered dreams like secrets you were scared to let me see, but in every dream you carried I found pieces meant for me. Now the nights are getting heavier, the silence feels like stone, and every road I wander down just leads me back alone. Still I search for traces of the love we couldn't keep, in empty words and promises I whisper in my sleep. But I remember how our stars fell, lighting up the midnight sky, crashing into everything we swore would never die. Even though the world kept turning and we drifted far apart, I keep the sparks of you still glowing somewhere inside my heart. And though the darkness tries to tell me that those moments were real, I remember how our stars fell, and I remember how it felt. I still walk along the shoreline where you held my trembling hands, where the ocean wrote our footprints like a story in the sand. You told me love was fragile, like a flame you had to shield, but no one told me losing you was a wound that wouldn't heal. Now the waves erase the memories we carved with gentle care, but the ghosts of what we were still linger in the air. Sometimes in the quiet hours when the moon is hanging low, I can almost hear your voice again in the wind's soft shifting glow. And though I know you're living somewhere far beyond my reach, your shadow walks beside me down the corners of each street. And I keep searching for a future where the hurt begins to mend. The story keeps unfolding like a book without an end. But I remember how our stars fell, lighting up the midnight sky, crashing into everything we swore would never die. Even though the world kept turning and we drifted far apart, I keep sparks of you still glowing somewhere inside my heart. And though the darkness tries to tell me that those moments were real, I remember how our stars fell, and I remember how maybe someday I'll discover why our hearts cannot recover, why the fire dims so slowly and the shadows growing colder. Maybe life was never meant to let us stay the way we dream, but in my chest your light still flickers like a lantern in between. If the universe could hear me, I would ask it one last time to hold the pieces of our love beyond the edges of the sky. 'Cause I remember how our stars fell, how they broke and how they shined, how they lit the world around us for a single faultless time. And though the years keep moving forward, though the pain refuses rest, I'll keep your memory burning softly in the quiet of my chest. No matter where my footsteps dwell, I remember you.